This casting reel only cost me $23 delivered to my door. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Flow Bass. My name is Eric. It's so great to see your smiling faces in this video. And apparently the mockingbirds agree too. I hope I don't get dive bombed in this. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I've been noticing a lot of more economic options popping up on Amazon and eBay, places like that, for casting reels. If you see me fishing any of my other videos, normally I'm using like a Shimano Corrado or a Daiwa Tatula, something along those lines. Not necessarily a super expensive reel, but they're definitely not cheap either. And now that we've got all these companies coming out like Cast King and Pisky-Fun, where they advertise their reels to be high quality at a more economic price, falling within somewhere between the $50 to $100 range, I wanted to take it a little step further and get the cheapest casting reel I could find off of Amazon. And when I bought this, this was $23 delivered to my door. So I'm gonna rig this guy up on a rod, and we are gonna target the top 3 freshwater species right here in Broward County, Florida. First being a largemouth bass, second a peacock bass, and then third the infamous bullseye snakehead. And if this reel survives all 3 of those fish, we are gonna perform a coup de grace, and we are gonna ultimately end this reel service and life forever. So I'm gonna throw you on the chest cam, and we are gonna start fishing right now.
All right, and good morning, everybody. I don't know if I didn't mention it in the beginning of this video, but I ordered this guy in freaking left-hand retrieve, and I'm right-hand. So this is like throwing a baseball or a football with your opposite hand. It feels completely foreign. And I tried adjusting the brakes. You pop this little side cover off, and the brakes just don't work. The little plastic pieces, they just fall right off. There's no on or off. So yeah, so we're at this first lake here. We're gonna start out, hopefully catch some bass. Oh my gosh, we got a hit, and I set the hook like a 4-year-old at wiffle ball practice. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're hooked up. I don't know how well. This is awkward, guys. This is really awkward. Oh man, he's bulldogging me. That's not a big bass either. Okay, we're having some malfunctions here with the drag. There we go. That is a decent little bass. About 1.25 pounds here. He's plenty strong. Yeah, there he goes. All right, see you later. Initial impressions, casting it is okay, even though I can't operate any of the brakes, but fighting that fish, the drag was a little, I don't know, it was a little touch and go. It was either, if I backed it off just a little bit, I wouldn't be able to gain any line, and the fish would just peel drag. And then if I cranked it up just a hair, it was like max drag. The fish wasn't able to take any line, and I wasn't able to finesse him in. Let's keep on fishing. All right, guys, got you back on the chest. Bait I'm using today for these bass is just a Strike King caffeine shad. This is 4-inch, and that is a 3/0 Trapper Tackle treble. That is my go-to hook for smaller baits like this. Oh, came off. Damn. God, it feels so awkward. I can't tell how big this fish is because this is ridiculous. I'm not used to fighting them like this. Okay, he's small. Damn. Oh, I didn't get a good hook penetration. Got one. Oh, dude, this is a big fish. I don't know how well this fish is hooked, but I'm walking to the left. Oh, he came off. Damn it. Oh my gosh. That was a good, I can't even speak English. That was a good fish. All right, guys, so let me just explain what's going on right now. Guys, I'm not used to fishing with holding the rod in my right hand. So setting the hook and keeping tension by reeling with my left hand, it's so unnatural to me. You know, even though this is my dominant side, it doesn't have the muscle memory of setting the hook. So this is really becoming a problem. I didn't think the left hand retrieve was gonna be that bad, but apparently it is. And that was a really nice fish. That was a good 3-pounder that we just lost. Oh, we got one. We got one. I don't even know how to fight this fish, guys. All right, he's got front hooks. All right, we're not gonna flip him. I feel so awkward right now. Just try and get him up here nice and easy. There he is. All right. Wow, look how black this guy is too. All right, guys, so as you could see, well, now you do, we switched up to the jerkbait. So far, the reel handled the jerkbait pretty well, but the drag is the main problem. It's either on or off. All right, let me get this guy back in here real quick. Awesome, just like that. Oh, we got one, we got one. He came off. Wonder if I could fish it like this. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. All right, so since this reel seems to only have like one drag setting, either on or all the way off, I switched over to a little Texas rig. I'm gonna see what it's like to set the hook with this thing. Here we go. Again, this is such an awkward position for me, but we got him, it looks like. There we go. Oh man, this trapper hook has actually got his jaw pinned shut. Oh, there we go. So far, with Texas rig, I think that reel is performing flawlessly. Aside from the wonky drag is the only complaint I have so far. I mean, it casts pretty good, even though you can't adjust the brakes. But let's get this guy back. All right, guys, so we caught a couple bass, we missed a few bass. The reel really didn't skip a beat for the most part, but I want to put this reel to the test and get this drag screaming. So we're gonna upgrade to some peacock bass and really see if we can reach the limits of the cheapest reel on Amazon. See you there. All right, so we are at the first peacock spot, and we're gonna be using a live bait with some trapper hooks. I don't really have a plan other than to just start fishing around and see if we can get into a peacock. This would be a lot easier if I was in Miami, but that is not the case. So wish me luck, guys. Oh, we got one. Dude, we got one. I didn't even know we had something. Dude, that's a peacock. What's going on with this peacock? He's not fighting. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Just walking him around this dock here so I can land him easily. All right, guys, that is a gorgeous peacock bass. Too bad he didn't fight harder, man. I'm disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed. Let's get this guy back and see if we can get another one. We had a bite right there, guys, and something happened with the drag. It was way too loose. And I mean, I only moved it just barely. We're gonna drop him down there again. See if we can get that thump. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, we got something good. We got something real good, guys. Oh yeah, another peacock.
He's so big.
All right, hook came right out. That is a gorgeous little peacock bass. There he goes.
All right, guys, so I've had enough of those peacocks. We are gonna go after a much bigger, stronger fish. You know, those two peacocks, they were kind of disappointing on that reel, you know, fighting them on casting gear. I normally fight those fish on spinning gear. It's a completely different story. You know, maybe I just had that drag locked down too much, but the drag's kind of finicky, so it's either on or off. So I really didn't give those fish a chance to really fight. They pulled some drag, they fought kind of hard, but that reel handled those peacocks perfectly fine. Now, funny story, I was out yesterday morning with the reel. I had the chest cam on. We went to an awesome spot and the fish are just super, super aggressive. I just so happened to bump the microphone plug on the GoPro and it was popped halfway out. I got no audio and it was such a phenomenal day, guys. All that footage that I shot is useless because the audio sounded like this. I had such a great time. I caught about 7 or 8 fish in total. You know, a bunch of small ones. They really didn't put that reel to the test, although I grinded them in and, you know, flipped them up the bank. And, you know, I wanted to work the reel as hard as I can, but I got lucky. I made a cast over to some floating vegetation and outshot a 5-pound snake. It was fully ablaze in its spawning colors, and that thing was ripping drag. I grinded him in there, got him up on the bank, and, you know, it was such a beautiful fish. I gave him the release, and then funny thing, that fish, once I released it, it didn't go back into hiding. It stayed on the surface, and you can see him in a bunch of the clips where he's just going in the same direction down the canal as I was, which was kind of interesting. But we got to the end of the canal and I made one lucky cast. You can see that 5-pounder. It was kind of at the bank where I was. I made a cast over to some shade underneath a tree. Boom, this big 8-pounder. As soon as my frog hit the water, it nailed it. And I was looking, I could see it didn't have the frog all the way in its mouth, so I opened up the free spool and I gave him some line because he was starting to swim off. I didn't want to have too much line tension. And then as soon as I saw that frog disappear, boom, set the hook. He didn't even realize he was hooked. So I reeled down, set the hook again, and then all hell broke loose. He took off down the canal towards the culvert, pull and drag. I mean, I had the drag fully locked on that reel. I, you know, was wrenching him out of there. He turned around and I was keeping nice line tension. He shot off again, broke me right off. That 20-pound braid stood no chance. And I think what happened, he really swallowed the hooks on that one and the braid just got caught on one of his teeth and broke me off in an instant. After that 5-pounder, that reel started to make a ton of noise. When you would wind it in, you could really hear the teeth, you know, meshing together. It was real loud. It sounds like they're starting to get out of alignment. Then after the 8-pounder, it started to get even louder. So if we can catch some more fish, some good ones, really freaking, you know, put torque on those gears, hopefully we can blow the reel up or just really get this thing sounding like it's lubricated with ground up marbles. So I'm gonna see you on the chest cam. No audio problems this time, and let's get them. What is that? It's a bass. That's a bass. That's a good bass. Oh, geez. How do I get him up here? I really didn't think that through, did I? There we go. Holy crap. Look at that. Guys, I caught this bass in like a foot of water. Stomach's empty. It's all spawned out, man. But yeah, I had to grind him through all this vegetation. That was pretty cool. Reel's making tons of noise. No snakehead yet, but let me get this guy back in the water real quick. He's all right. I see him swimming away right there. Perfect. So yeah, the canal is completely covered in vegetation. It's not really fishable. I saw this one open area where I just saw this swirl, and that nice like 2.5-pound bass, that thing could have been all of 5 if its gut wasn't so empty, but caught him just because I sighted that little swirl. That was pretty cool. That hole right there is where I saw the swirl, and it's a foot deep at the most. It's not any more than a foot. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I think you guys can hear how loud this reel's getting, but like I said, guys, those snakeheads wore this thing out, grinding them in, and even that little bass that I caught yesterday that you saw in a foot of water, the reel's even louder. There we go. Oh, he's running. He's running at me. He's running at me. Still hasn't surfaced yet. Oh, he's right here. Now he's right at the bank. Let me back off on the drag. I don't know how big it is. That's a decent size. Nah, there's no way that fish is still on. Oh yeah, there's my frog. Okay. Ah, damn, that sucks. That is snakehead fishing for you guys. All right, we got one. Small one. He waked on it. All right. Hey, buddy. He went airborne. Yeah, get him on top of this mat. Little tiny guy again. That was what happened the other day. Just caught a ton of tiny little snakes, and then had that 5 and then that big 8. Oh man, take it easy, guy. I'm trying to help you out here. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. All right. He's still on. Still on. No, he came off. Oh man, that's what happens when you get him in the grass. Damn it.
3, 2, 1. To the trailer hitch of my Volkswagen.
That star drag is freaking burning. Oh, damn.